What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing a walking tour of Lamro Park. This park is located in Scarborough of Toronto. This is also one of the big parks in Toronto. It is also not a park in downtown, it's more so of a park in the suburbs. But this is a big park, because this park does have a lot of trails. There is going to be a forest in this park. There is going to be some ponds. So that means I'll be taking a tour of this park. This park is also good for getting your steps in though, especially if you're looking for a park to get exercise, you know. If you're looking for a park where you can walk for a long time though, this would be a good park to like get your steps in. I do think that this park will also have some like good nature to see, like scenic spots. Looks like there's a bridge down there, so I'm going to walk that bridge. Let's take a look. It's a mini bridge. It's a small bridge. But I want to see what this bridge actually looks like. There's a bridge right there, but I also think that the water won't be so clean anyways. It looks more like it's pretty dirty water, you know? It is not like the water that's like very blue, but however, because it's not very windy today, like the water does like have a reflection, as you can see. So that means I'll take a look on the other side as well. It is nice though, but the water does not look very clean either. There's a lot of trees in this park, indeed. As you can see though, there's going to be paths like that branched different areas though. But however though, like before I walk this way though, right? If I decide to walk straight instead though, it's going to lead to a woodlot or a forest. You know what? I'll probably take the forest first. I'll take a walk in the forest though, and then when I walk through like at least a good portion of the forest though, if I walk through like a good part of the forest, then I'll walk through the other parts of the park too, you know? Let's take a look though. Not every park I go to, there's always a forest or some kind of wood. So it's good. If there's a forest though, I'll take the chance to walk that, you know? At least. It is very nice. Especially because the forest is like never too crowded though. The forest is a place where there's like not too many people. So it would be a pretty peaceful like place to walk. I do actually like want to walk the forest. I was actually in the mood to like go to a park that has a forest today. I really wonder how long this like the trails in this forest go on for. I've been to parks that have like woodlots that have similar trails, like similar colors, like the ground I'm walking on looks like pretty much the same or at least similar. But in every park is slightly different, you know, because every park, like maybe the woodlot might be bigger. You never know, right? You never know until you like take a look at the park. So I'm gonna take a walk through the forest. I think it'd be a very nice time to walk in the forest, see how far this forest actually goes, you know. There's a lot of trees here, man. I'm actually glad I'm walking this now and not during the winter time, because it is cooler to walk in parks when there's leaves though, because therefore the park looks more complete, you know. When there's no leaves though, like it is still nice though, but it's just that when the trees don't have leaves, like there's like less colors, you know. Like if you're coming here for like photography purposes, of course you want the whole thing, like you want the whole picture to be complete, which includes like seeing a lot of green, you know. I mean, greenery is very nice when it comes to forests. So I'm gonna turn this way, see how long this trail actually goes on for. It is so nice. Like woodlots and forests is one of my favorite features of parks. It's actually a major feature that I really like when it comes to parks. The other major feature would have to be ponds and boardwalks. So I'm most likely not going to walk this forest. I'm most likely not going to walk the whole forest, because I actually noticed that the forest like branches off in different paths though. Because certain paths, it might lead back to like where I started, you know. But I want to walk paths where I can actually, like, it can actually lead me to areas that I haven't walked in, you know. So therefore it makes the park, like, it makes the walk in the park more unique. I really wonder how far can I walk in this forest before it leads to another exit. Wow, it's going on for a while, I would say. It is very nice. Oh, this forest is actually like, what do you call it though? Kind of dense though. Kind of seems like it's going on for a long time. Well, I've been to other parks though where the forest is not even that big. But I mean, it's pretty relaxing to walk here. Like, I said that if you're looking for a walk in the woods or something, like you want to park that, like if you want to park in Toronto where there's a pretty decent sized woodlot, come to Lamro Park. Because Lamro Park does have a decent sized forest. It does seem like I'm walking for a while. But if you walk in the forest though, you do have to be a little mindful though, because like it's not always completely straight. Some parts of the grounds can be sloped, so you do have to be mindful. Some parts of the path, it does get more narrow, so be aware of that, you know. So I'm gonna keep walking this way and see how far can I go in the woods. Lamro Park really got a lot of features, I'm telling you. Really got a lot of features. Okay, I do see an opening right there. I do see an exit. As I said, I'm most likely not going to walk the whole woods. Because if the whole woods look the same anyways, like regardless of different paths I walk in though, then that's going to seem a little repetitive, you know? So I like to walk in areas that actually feel a bit different. Yeah, there's actually another path there. I'm actually going to walk that path. I'm going to make a left turn on that path and see if it leads back to anywhere of like, if it leads to like other cool things that the park has. Well, I think it does though. So yes, I'm gonna take a left turn from here because I'm pretty curious. I'm pretty curious how far can I walk on this side, at least. No, there's a path here, okay. Back to some pretty bright areas of the park, man. Wow. I was already in the mood today to go on a nice walk, so that's why I picked this park. It is not bad. Even if I'm not in the woods though, like there is still a lot of trees on my left and right. You know, because I've been to some parks though in Toronto that barely has like that many trees though, and it's like there are other big parks in Toronto, but they're not. There's also the not so nice ones, you know. This one's definitely one of the nicer ones, because the other big parks that aren't so nice are the ones that are big, but it barely has any features. Like it's big, there are trails, there's a lot of grassy space, but then they lack seating areas, and they don't have a lot of trees. You know, it's one of those big parks that just don't have many features. I'm probably gonna walk down this way. Really interested to see how long this path actually goes on for. Well, the weather is nice, so like might as well do a walk, right? Right now, I'm even debating if I should take a turn back into the woods though and walk through the woods, or should I continue walking along this path. But if I walk in the woods, then the chances are I might get lost. You know, it's not like I memorize all the routes of this woods, man. Like honestly, I really don't know the woods too well, man. I heard of this park though, but I don't know like the paths in the woods though, and I don't know how many times the path turns or how many like curves the path has. I would have gotten lost if I got into the woods. So I think it's cooler for me to like stick with this path. I think I'm getting back to the regular areas of the park though. Wow. I'm getting back to like the main parts of the park. I think I'm getting there. And it's kind of like bushy in this area, like more like a lot of leaves and stuff, a lot of grown grass, a lot of trees, pretty bushy in this area. I'm gonna walk this way. It is so nice to like walk these long paths, man. I'm telling you, man, it's so nice. It is just so cool. I'm gonna take some like other trails in this park as well. I think this path, like, I heard that this park has two parts to it, because there's a road called like McNichol Avenue, and however the park also goes underneath McNichol Avenue. I mean like some of the paths though. So at least one of the paths though. So basically the park is divided like by the north side and the south side. But we're gonna take a look at both. I'm gonna turn this way. Oh, yeah. See, this is a pretty long like plain path that I was just walking on though, you know, kind of plain. Now it's getting more interesting. I think that hopefully if I cross this bridge though, it will take me like to McNichol, and then I can go underneath McNichol. I really don't know, but I would try, you know. I'll see if it takes me like to a bridge and let me walk underneath McNichol. But before I continue that far, I'm gonna take a left turn right here, because I think like there's a chance that this path might lead to something scenic though, so I'm gonna take a left turn. Because there's a bench though, and there's a pond, right? If there's benches facing the pond, then that's for observation. Oh, see, I knew it though. I actually want to see what's like this side. You know what? It kind of leads back to the original parts of the park. I don't think it even goes like that far, man. Yeah, it just leads back to like maybe like close to the path I was walking on. Well, sort of though, like leads back to the close to the path I was walking on. And then there's like a little bit of opening right here. That's you know what? I'm actually pretty tempted. I want to take a look at this opening. Because I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a observation point like for the pond, you know? Maybe there's a nice observation spot. We'll take a look. Oh, there is though. See, there's an observation spot. I'm not gonna walk too down, but there is a place where like there's a place for like watching the birds and at least watching the water, you know? Very nice, right? So I am now going to turn back. I'm gonna turn back and actually walk to the bridge that I mentioned earlier. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to turn down this way. Because I do think that this park extends all the way to Finch Avenue. Because if it goes through McNichol and it continues going down south though, then I think that part that's after McNichol is even longer. So I think that I could walk it to Finch Avenue. That's what I'm gonna try doing right now, is walk it to Finch Avenue. It's a pretty nice long walk, by the way. I don't mind it. I don't mind doing these types of long walks, as I've done it before. Through this nice bridge. Oh, really nice, man. A bridge that gives a view of the pond on both sides. Some on this side. And then there's a view on the other side. As you can see though, it's a park that is kind of scenic though, you know. It's really nice to look at. Nice to look at the water especially. And then there we go. There's a path that actually like curves down and goes underneath the bridge. Look at that, man. I can actually walk through the park. The park continues underneath the bridge. Such a cool feature. It is cool to see that you can actually walk underneath the bridge. They have a bridge for both the water and the pathways of the park. So cool. It is relaxing to walk through this park. And before I continue walking, I do want to take a view of the bridge right here. See? That's a view of the bridge. Look at that. You can see the rocks on top of the water. There's a little bit of water. Very nice, right? So that means I'm going to continue walking. All right, I'm going to keep walking. I'm really trying to see how far this path like leads on to, you know? And I think there's a more interesting path to walk on. I should actually turn this way. I should turn this way, at least like far from the road. I mean, it's nice to walk along the road too, but I want to have like a more interesting adventure. So away from the road and more to the nature, you know. I don't mind the road. I did many walks like on the road before. Like I've walked many kilometers. But I'd rather walk like next to the nature. I think that's more interesting. It is nice to do these types of evening walks though, you know. Like it is like less humid though and more chilly. Not so chilly either, but it's more like it's cooler when you do these evening walks. It is just like you know, cooler temperature. Gonna go this way. Let's see how far can I go. Oh, okay. Hopefully I don't get too tired until I reach Finch Avenue, you know. Hopefully I don't get too tired. It is a very long walk, indeed. It is very long. It's really going to take a while. Like now that I'm past that Mythical area, it's going to take a while to get to Finch Avenue. Hopefully not too far. I don't think there's going to be another forest like on the south side of the park. So I think that the forest I walked earlier is pretty much the forest of the park. And that's on the north side. Like the forest was pretty nice. It's a pretty long walk. Really trying to see how far this like park goes on for, you know. See, because there's a lot of paths in this park. I'm really not gonna like tour the whole park though. Like I'm really just going to walk like part of it, you know, part of the park. It's going to be a very interesting walk, by the way. It is so funny how there's actually not much in this area though. It's like this path is like between some green fields, you know. That's what I mean. Like if I take a turn around though, I'll show you though. It's pretty much a hydro corridor, and like this path I'm walking on, there's really not much here. It is just next to a big open space, you know. Well, most hydro corridors are kind of like that. Well, there's really not much here though, but I'm gonna keep walking down. Hopefully something interesting pops up though. We really don't know. If it does pop up though, then really nice. Oh, there's two hills, man. This path goes between two hills with like taller grass. Very interesting. Also, not every park I go to like really has hills like this, you know. I'm gonna keep on walking. You know what? I just stumbled across some pretty cool signs though. Look at that, man. There's some fun facts though. It does talk about like certain destinations and how far they are from this park though. Look at that. Very interesting, right? There are specific destinations on the sign and it tells you like how far is the destinations. Whoa, that is so cool. I never seen a park had this before, honestly. That's why I have to take a stop here though, just to like look at this, just to admire the beauty of these signs though. You know, I really admire the design of these signs. They look really nice. So now I'm going to continue walking the path. I do see that in this park there are some sports facilities, so therefore it's something that it's very common for parks to have this. It is nice. I can see that like the day is getting a little darker now because I started this walk in the evening, you know. So of course it's going to like start like slowly getting darker. And you can see the sky is gradually changing colors. You can see though, it's gradually like getting darker. Like the lights in the park is like turning on. See how far can I walk? Wow, it's hard to say actually. You know. I don't even know if this park actually goes all the way to Finch Avenue. Like, perhaps it doesn't. Like, if it doesn't go all the way to Finch Avenue, then it stops at some point. Well, it has to stop like at least close to Finch Avenue or something. But even if it doesn't, it's okay because it is a pretty long path, and I think I already walked for a while. And it looks like it leads to a parking lot, so I think this comes to the end of the park. Not really sure if it's actually the end though, but we'll see, man. There was the other path I could have walked on, but you know what? If I decide to turn back, I guess the park continues, right? There's a lot of there's actually like a good number of sporting facilities in this park. There's a good amount of sporting facilities here, as I could see. Right now, I feel like I'm going to turn back and walk a different path. Because I just see a path like splitting off earlier though, so I'm going to walk that path. Get some extra steps in. It's good to get some extra steps in. And I guess now I'm gonna walk west of this park though. So if I'm walking this way though, then walking west means like turning left on one of the paths though. So wherever there's a path that goes left, I'm gonna walk that way. I still think I could take a little bit more tour of this park though, before I could say that I finished walking the park, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna turn left from here. I think I can do that. Yeah, I'll turn left from here. I think it'd be cool to like, yeah, see that path? I'll turn left from there. I really can't wait to do that. I'm excited. Can't wait to see what else this park has, you know? There's a lot of cool features. I mean, there's like, it's more like, compared to other parks, this park has like good amenities though, but they're like very spaced out. It's like I say the park is, they have amenities though, but it's just that like, there's also a lot of green space. I guess some people prefer parks that are smaller though, with the same number of amenities though, similar number of amenities, but they're like closer to each other, versus a park where, yeah, there's a lot of amenities, but you have to walk from one to the other. It's kind of a walk. I want to take this path and see like how far can I walk. Yeah, so it's kind of dark though. It's kind of dark to walk down this way, but I'll walk it anyways, you know. The thing is, sometimes when you walk in the dark enough times though, you develop like night vision, you know. So it's like for certain people, maybe for people that are not used to walking like these dark paths though, they will say it's very dark. But for me, it's like for the most part, I can see though, you know. I can see, like, I can walk through these dark paths right here, you know. It's actually, it's really not that dark. It's actually not that dark. It's not like it's cool. Well, it's because like the sunset, like the sun is still going down, you know. It's not fully night yet, but it is like gradually, like the sky's getting darker. It's gradually getting darker, so I got time to walk this. Very nice. The park do have a lot of benches though, but the benches are also like very spread out. This is one of the big parks that I've been to in Toronto, which is not in downtown. It is nice to have parks like this in the suburbs. Which way should I turn? I decided I'm just gonna keep walking straight on this path. This path curves already. I'm going to walk on this path. I'm just really trying out like other paths in this park though. Because every path is different. Some paths go longer, some paths are just like short. It's like some paths are just like ends like really early, you know? Some path is like, it's curving this way. I wonder if this path actually like goes to Finch Avenue. Because I think there's at least one path in this park that goes to Finch Avenue, you know. There's gotta be some park entrance at Finch Avenue too, because this park is big. It's gonna have multiple entrances, not just one. Not all parks in Toronto is designed equally. Like there are parks that are good and there are parks that are like bland, you know. This is definitely not one of the parks that are bland. Gonna keep walking straight. Oh, there's a bit of slope here. It's nice to walk downhill. especially after like walking in and getting tired though. Like you know, some people feel like walking downhill, because when you walk downhill, like you really don't like need that much energy. Okay, I do see some kind of opening there. There's an opening. I don't think it's going to lead to Finch Avenue, but it's okay though. If it doesn't lead to Finch Avenue, it's fine. It's still a pretty decent park. Like the way that I look at this park, the way I perceive this park, I still think it's a big park. I still think it's like very, very decent size. So yeah, so I could see that there's an opening right there. I was right. It is an exit and an entrance. Very cool, right? So this seems like it leads to the end of the park, and whatever this road is called though, like whatever the name this road is called, like I would say that the park went pretty far, you know. Back to the main road. So I would like to say thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you really enjoyed the tour of the park, or the long walk tour. And also, if you're looking to do a good exercise and you're in the Scarborough area, please give this park a visit. This is a really nice park. Please subscribe to my channel.